Hi there, Samsung just launched the Galaxy S20 series and I have all three versions with me here today. We'll go through them very quickly of what you need to know, and I'll be asking some hard-hitting questions to Samsung themselves directly. The Galaxy S20 comes in three sizes. The S20, which has a 6.2-inch screen, the S20 Plus that has a 6.7-inch screen, and the S20 Ultra, the largest of all Samsung devices so far in terms of screen size, at 6.9-inch. All of them offer QHD Plus resolution, and the main difference that you probably want to know is, of course, what differentiates them. The overall build and feel is pretty much like the last few generations of Galaxy S series as well as the Note series. Very nice premium build and feel. But the biggest and most distinctive feature update is the camera modules behind. So you take a look in comparison. This is where the S20 comes. The S10. So this is how the S10 looked like, and this is how the camera modules look like in the S20. So the S20 follows the S10 with the same tri-camera setup. S20 Plus has a depth vision camera. S20 Ultra has the same quad camera setup as this guy, but it has a much more differentiated telephoto zoom lens. It has a folded telephoto zoom lens capable of 10x hybrid zoom with AI, with optical and digital enhancements all together. You can do 100x space zoom. Now the space zoom isn't limited to just this guy. All of them have space zoom, just that these two do 30x, but the 20 Ultra does 100x. So now let's talk about a little bit more in terms of what kind of camera sensors they use. So S20 and S20 Plus, they have a 64 megapixel telephoto zoom lens. But the main camera sensors are still 12 megapixel. But not to worry, it has a 70% larger camera sensor than S10 or Note 10 series. Okay. Now the S20 Ultra comes with 108 megapixel main camera sensor, and that's the real star of this product, and we'll show you more of what it can do and how you can best utilize it. One last comparison I would like to show you before we move to the details is, if you notice, there is no E version like the S10e. The S10e was this size. It is now being replaced by S20 as the new minimum size S series phone. But let's take a closer look on, will you be missing out much? You know, a lot of people were really happy of a compact phone. Is this much bigger? Not really. It's just about same in terms of width, and it's only a teeny weeny bit taller. So if you're concerned there's no S20e, for example, the S20 by all concerns, it's a pretty good size and pretty handy. So it's a very good replacement for those who are looking for S10e upgrade. So with me here today is KG from Samsung, and we're going to run through some interesting questions. We noticed during the launch in S20 series, a lot of them have 5G options. So how is it like in the Singapore market?
Basically, the S20 and the S20 Plus in Singapore, we will range the LTE variant, and the S20 Ultra, being the leader of the pack, will come with 5G. Okay. So at the point where the local market has 5G rolled out commercially from our local telco operators, we will also be enabling a software update so that it can be used locally on the local 5G network.
I see. And in terms of processors running these systems, usually people were saying that there's only Exynos are servicing this market over here. So how's the case like? Is it going to be Snapdragon or Exynos powering the S20 series?
The whole S20 series will still be running on the Exynos series. This is our latest edition, the Exynos 990. In terms of the enhancement, basically, the 990 is able to take in a lot higher resolution cameras. That's why if you look at the S20 Ultra, we house a 108 megapixel ultra high resolution camera. And at the same time, it is also able to process 8K video. And having said that, the S20 Ultra is also the first in the market to have an 8K video recording functionality. And we just talked about the topic earlier on about 5G. It actually has a 5G modem as well. So this actually is a good good enhancement from the previous edition of the Exynos processor.
And is it right to say that all the S20 models, be it the 20, 20 Plus or Ultra, they all use the same processor?
That's correct.
That's great. That's great. And Samsung was also saying that this phones, all of them, all the S20 series have 120 Hz refresh rate and double the response time. Could we sample that to see how does it actually work and what can people expect?
Sure. So by default, the refresh rate of the device out of box is tuned to 60 Hertz. So the 120 Hertz is something that user can adjust. So what happens is that if you were to go to the settings under the display options, you will see a motion smoothness category. Right now it's actually at the refresh rate of 120 Hertz.
Right.
So what it does is actually very good for consuming content that is very high action. For example, games, and games especially for those that requires a lot of response time from users, then it will actually face a very good experience. So the latency is lower, at the same time the motion and the graphics are smoother. But other than that, if you look at it from a general UX perspective, just look at this settings screen. If I were to just move up and down, okay, you can take a look at how smooth the motion is right now. Okay. The words doesn't kind of judder. Right. So more and more applications, I think, will actually make a lot of use of this high refresh rate screen that we have on the Galaxy S20.
Well, gamers, please take note. I think you will find it very useful. So do try this out. Do try it out. Now let's get down to the next most important thing. The camera module, right?
Oh,
so
right. Yeah.
So we also notice a finer detail. So while the S20 series, the beginning editions, they use a 12 megapixel sensor. Sounds similar to the last few generations, but we also noticed that it's using a bigger sensor, up to 70% larger. And on the Ultra especially, it's up to 3 times larger than the previous sensor used on the Note 10.
That's right.
So what does this all mean? I mean, besides better low light, better dynamic contrast, what can people expect?
So the first thing you realize, if you were to take a picture using the 108 megapixel resolution, it's so sharp. So even if you were to zoom in, you can still see a lot of details. So there's no need for you to do zoom. If you were to take it at 108, you can just pinch in and then still capture or crop that part of the screen, and you can get the same level of detail as if you are zooming in. Then and with the new sensors, as you mentioned, the larger sensor size, the architecture has changed a little bit as well. And I think in terms of mobile camera right now, the other buzzword is AI. So a combination of AI technology, a bigger sensor, net for the consumers is a much improved camera system that you get better clarity, better low light performance, and a lot of more creative stuff that you can do.
So one of the headlining features of the camera is space zoom. So can you tell us more about how this thing came about and what can we expect on the different models?
Sure. So space zoom is actually the marketing name of our zoom feature. So what we position the S20 series is actually the smartphone that will change the way how photography will be perceived. And basically for space zoom, the S20 series, it can go up to 30 times, okay? And then for the S20 Ultra, it can go up to 100 times. So, however, these are digital zooms. So to a certain extent, when you zoom into the 30 times or the 100 times, it's best used with a tripod to actually maintain as much clarity as possible. There's also an AI component where we introduce to reduce the level of noise. But if you want to really get a very, very good zoom and yet the quality is awesome, then I would recommend to go for the hybrid zoom. Okay, so on the Galaxy S20 Ultra, it comes with a 10 times hybrid zoom. You don't get a quality degrade. It's actually very sharp. You can try it out for yourself. As well as the S20 will come with a 3 times hybrid zoom.
So this is a specific mode on the camera itself?
No, it's actually a part of the zoom. So you will see you have different stages of zoom, like 10 times to 30 times, 100 times, etc. Right. So it's actually user adjustable. You can also pinch and zoom when you do that.
Right.
Yeah. So if I go to the extreme, like 100x, right, you realize that there's actually a guiding factor over here, which is a little picture-in-picture. Yeah. So that helps you compose because of the shakes. But I think general usage, if you were to look at without you want to maintain good quality without too much shakiness, 30 times I think is still quite safe, if you can see from here.
In the previous few generations, Samsung has also been boasting about the dual aperture camera. So we noticed that that isn't mentioned here. How does it change, or what's different this time, and why is it not featured?
With a bigger sensor and with the help of AI technology, I think we decided to go with the new camera system that we are able to give a better output and quality to consumers. So it's something that we have kind of progressed on. So in the S20 series, you will not find a dual aperture lens on board.
Okay. Single take was also a very big, I would say, quality of life improvement feature. Can we figure out like how does it work?
Okay.
What's the brains behind it?
So the single take feature was kind of conceived so that it's actually very easy. So as the name suggests, single take, you just need to press one button. The AI technology on the Galaxy S20 will help you look at the situation, the subject that you are taking, and then it actually gives you an output of up to 14 kinds of output. It's a mixture of videos or photos, and it leverages on things like, for example, live focus pictures, wide angle shots, close-up zoom photos, and of course it also chooses the best photos for you. So the user don't have to do anything, just basically tap one time and follow the instructions on the screen, and it will give you multiple results so that you capture different effects of the same moment. That is actually a lot easier than having the user to keep changing to different modes to take different kind of pictures.
And I understand that the video captures is up to 15 seconds, correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
you have like boomerang effects and stuff. If it's actually the AI deems that particular scenario that you are using for single take actually makes a good boomerang effect, then actually it will capture the boomerang effect for you.
And I guess a lot of that is also made possible because of the new processor, correct? Because we have actually handled certain mid-range phones that boast great camera capabilities. However, we also noticed that the usage experience isn't smooth, not even on a single photograph photo itself. It might have judder, it might have latency issues and stuff like that. But as we've seen here and we've demoed, on a single take, it captures 14 different varieties seamlessly. So it's all the power of the phone's processor doing all this.
Correct. So it has a fair bit of AI as well. As you mentioned earlier on, the new generation of the processors that we use on the S20 has enhanced AI capabilities as well to actually make it a lot seamless. But one thing to note is not always 14 outputs. It will be depending on the scenario, but it's up to 14 outputs from a single take.
Right. Another interesting feature that Samsung talked about is convenience in terms of sharing these moments as well. So that's what we talk about quick share. Could we find out what is it? How does it work on?
Okay, so Quick Share is actually a feature that rides on Wi-Fi Direct. So what it does seamlessly is able to let you detect people around you, and it's actually able to let you transfer up to 5 persons that's around you easily, just with a tap of the share button. Let's say, for example, if I have a picture file over here, I just need to click share button, and you see that the Quick Share icon is actually loading up. And what will happen is that if there are nearby devices that is compatible with Quick Share. Oh, by the way, it's with Samsung phones mainly. Currently, it's on the latest generation. So the Z Flip as well as the S20 will have Quick Share feature. So versus the traditional usage of Wi-Fi Direct, whereby you need to turn on the Wi-Fi Direct and get the pairing done. There's more steps. So actually, it's a more seamless way. It doesn't have to be pictures though. You can actually look at any files. I think it can transfer up to about probably around 700 meg at once.
So the catch is, I need all my friends to use the latest phones at this point in time.
At this point in time.
To enjoy Quick Share.
At this point in time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time, KG.
No problem. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you. So now comes the conclusion as to what kind of colors, how's the value. Okay. Colors, these are the 3 new colors you're going to get from the new S20 series. Cosmic Grey, Cosmic Blue, and Cosmic Pink. All those 3 color options are available on the S20. The 20 Plus is only available with grey, black, and blue, no pink. And the Ultra is only available in grey and black. Okay. if you want a recommendation on what color to get to differentiate yourself and show people that this is the latest model you have, go with the Cosmic Blue. Is it worth it to get it? What's the price? So when S10e launched, it was just over 1K, but now the new base level is S20 that starts at 1298, S20 Plus at 1498, and the S20 Ultra at 1898. So if you're talking about how's it priced, it's about the same as S10 series minus the E. Take away the E, the pricing is about there, right? You're getting 8 gigs of RAM with 128GB storage. Same with this, 8 gigs of RAM, 128GB storage. The Ultra is 12GB of RAM, but unfortunately still 128GB of RAM. So the odd point is that although we've evolved for over a year now, the storage capacity is still at 128GB of RAM. However, they're augmented with expandable storage, so all of them you can put up to 1 terabyte of extra storage. So apart from that, if you're looking at overall recommendations, like if you want a compact device, go to S20, you can't go wrong with it. If you want some depth vision capabilities as well with 3D scanning and all, go to S20 Plus. Another reason, of course, is because it's a bigger phone, you get more battery. How much more? This guy comes with 4500 mAh. Not that S20 is any of a slouch as well. That comes with 4000 mAh, which is also quite a bit more than the previous generation of S10 devices. Now, S20 Ultra is bigger and has 5000 mAh of battery capacity. And of course, it is the outright recommendation if you want to get and experience the newest and best that Samsung has. And of course, go and enjoy and explore what 10x hybrid and 100x space zoom can do for you. With that, stay tuned for our full-fledged review and more details on availability, pre-order, pricing and more.